Hi there, it's Laura Wilson from Alkaline Diets, healthtips.com. I'm here in Thailand. I'm on day 5 of my trip to the Thailand Fruit Festival. It's called the Royal 4 Fruit Festival, run by Durian Rider and Freely the Banana Girl. So two people who are very big in the vegan movement, promoting the vegan message. Basically the kind of the high carb, natural food message. So it's similar to the alkaline diet, but a more emphasis on high carbohydrates through fruit, and then things like rice, pasta, potatoes, root vegetables, that type of stuff. So kind of similar to the Alkaline 5 diet, if you check that out. So so I'm here with, there's about 200 other vegans or people aspiring to be vegan, and we're just enjoying some sunshine, some good food, good fruit in Thailand. It's been a really lovely event so far, although I haven't been to many of the events, I've got to say, because I've been quite jet lagged, coming all the way from England over to Thailand. But there's some immediate things that stand out. Number one, okay, this is the first time I've spent any time with such a large group of vegan people. Number one, they all look really healthy. The vast majority of people here have fantastic skin, have fantastic hair, are slim, lean, vibrant. They've got an energy about them, and you can just tell. I walked outside my hotel to get a tuk-tuk down to the park for the afternoon Q&A session that Durian Rider does in the park about vegan things and this diet and lifestyle. And as I went outside, I saw two girls, and they just looked. They had this glow about them, and I said, "Are you going to the fruit festival?" They were like, "Yeah." And I was like, I can tell because you look real healthy. So everyone who's been doing this diet for any amount of time, and I would assume that the majority of people at this event have been vegan and living a vegetarian vegan lifestyle for a number of years. Most people I've spoke to, there's one guy I spoke to today who's been living 100% raw vegan, high carb, 80-10-10. If you don't know what that is, check out Doug Graham's book, The 80-10-10 Diet. And he's been living the most pristine diet, or having a fruit and veg plantation farm in Hawaii. He's been doing this for the last 8 years. And I asked him how old he was. He was in his early 50s, and he looked fantastic. His skin was good. His eyes just had this shine about them. He had a full head of hair, dark hair. He was very slim, very lean. So that's the immediate thing. I know this diet and lifestyle works for me. I'm living proof. I've been doing this since 2002, pretty much. And I've seen amazing benefits in my own life. And I hear it from subscribers and from other people I see, but to see so many people living proof that a fruitarian, basically a plant-based diet with a focus on lots of fruits, lots of vegetables, with an element of raw vegetables, raw greens, salads, that type of thing, and complemented with things like rice, cooked vegetables, soups, that type of thing. Not too high on the fatty side of things. Don't make that mistake of including too much fat in your diet if you're going raw vegan. But the high carb, plant-based diet is where it's at for just having this glow and this aura about you of energy and vitality, and youthfulness and playfulness. So that was really inspiring to see. Number 2, do you like my flower? I found it in the garden here at my hotel, and it's really nice. And I thought it was jasmine, but it doesn't smell like jasmine. I don't know. Do you know what that flower is? But it smells lovely. It's really pretty. So I found a couple of those in the garden. So yeah, I'm here. I've just been eating so much fruit, like literally I've eaten 3 kilograms. So I'll tell you what I've eaten today, okay? I started off, my friend Tom and I went to this amazing salad bar last night, and I ordered two big salads, 1 big plate of salad to eat there and 1 to take away. So I got up this morning, had this big salad with this lovely carrot and passion fruit dressing for breakfast. Amazing. Lots of water, obviously, just drinking like tons of water here. Although I'm not needing that much because I'm drinking so much juicy fruit, so I'm not actually needing, despite the heat here, it's about 32 degrees. Very warm, very humid. I'm not needing as much water because I'm getting so much juicy fruit, and I'm eating 100% raw here. I've eaten no cooked food since I've been here. So started my day with a big salad, then had 2 gorgeous mangoes. The mangoes here are just divine. They've got almost like a coconutty kind of taste to them. but they're just delicious. So I had 2 lovely ripe mangoes. Then Tom and I went out to the lake. We took a bike, his scooter. We took it out to the lake, sat there, sunbathed, chatted, hung out for a couple of hours. Came back and I went to Harley's Talk in the park this afternoon, which was really good. So let me just tell you a little bit about Duran Rider, because you may not. He's huge on YouTube. He's had, I think he said he's had something like 60 million views on his channel. So and his girlfriend Freely, she's got her own massive channel, and they're getting a lot of exposure on national press. They're both from Australia, and they're getting a lot of press in their home country and the wider world as well. So that's fantastic, spreading this plant-based diet message. So you may have already seen them, but if not, let me tell you about them. They put on this event in Thailand, and they're very humble people doing a good job in the world promoting this message. So if you haven't seen their videos, go and check them out. Go and check their YouTube channels out, because they'll give it to you straight. A lot of people, I found when I came to become 100% vegan, having gone from a very plant-based diet in my early 20s, eating just lots and lots of apples, and on a day-to-day basis I was eat like 5 apples and then 5 bananas and then 2 grapefruits and 5 oranges. I remember my mum used to say to me when I was like 21, 22, Laura, you're going to take that sack of food to work? Like, I would take 5 kilograms of food to work with me and eat the whole lot, and people would just remark, how can you eat all that food and not put on weight? And I would just lose weight. You know, I was running a lot at the time, but even still I was eating a lot. Then I kind of started researching veganism more and looking into, when I became 100% vegetarian, just found some leaders in the kind of raw food movement and got thrown off track, because I found some people who were advocating this kind of gourmet vegan lifestyle of eating high fat things, so flaxseed crackers and dehydrated foods and nut butters. And then I started gaining weight. I didn't feel good, lost a lot of my fitness. There was a period where, having gone from quite a fast marathon runner in my mid-20s, I gave up running for a couple of years. This was a kind of separate issue as well. I just fancied a break from running. But lost fitness and just felt lethargic. And I thought it was because I was detoxing, but it wasn't. I was eating too much fat. So there's a lot of, I got back on track. I started eating higher carbohydrate, incorporating things like potatoes and grains and rice in my diet a few years ago, and instantly felt better. Had a blood analysis, found out that it was all good, and while I was eating too much fat, my blood was actually fatty. So don't make that mistake. Now, the point I'm getting to is that Duran Rider and Freely, they will give it to you straight. There's no beating around the bush. They're both very fit, very lean, and they've been doing this lifestyle for years, as have I. So follow their stuff. Go and check them out. So they've organised this amazing festival here that I'm at, and like I say, it's great to connect with other people who've been living a plant-based lifestyle for years and are obviously thriving on it. The other thing that's so nice is that the people here are so humble, they're so giving. There's no, and I noticed this a lot, like it was very noticeable when I gave up meat and then went 100% vegan as well a couple of years ago. You get on this kind of, you lose your ego a bit more, and you just become more mellow. That's the word, more mellow. And you notice it with the Thai people here as well. They eat a plant-based diet, a lot of fruits, a lot of rice. People are just more mellow. You don't get things like road rage, and you don't get people angry. You know, I see a lot of people in my gym who are taking these protein shakes, whey shakes every time they go and lift weights, and doing all these very testosterone-y type things, but are actually making them just angry and aggressive. That's my perception of it anyway. And I noticed that people who have been vegan for a while are just more placid, and you have a much better understanding of, you're better in touch with nature. That's my feeling. That's the feeling I'm getting here. That's the kind of vibe, if you like. So yeah, so I guess I just want to highlight, the last thing in this video is just the amount of fruit I'm eating here. I'm aiming to stay 100% raw. Most people here are going out and eating in the evenings in restaurants and having rice and things, and I would love to sample the Thai vegan cuisine. Being someone who loves rice a lot at home, I eat literally like 300 grams of rice a day, or buckwheat or bulgur wheat or quinoa, that type of stuff. So I eat a lot of grains at home and cook a lot of vegan curries and things. So I'm keen to sample the cuisine here, to get some tips to put in my new recipe book probably, and also just to experience it. But for the first week, I want to stay 100% raw. And you know what? I'm not wanting to, because there's such an abundance of gorgeous sweet fruit. So let me show you what I've been eating. Like, I had one of these today, custard fruit. Oh, and it's just delicious. It's just, I've got to say though, it's not as nice as the custard fruits in the UK. Riverford Farm, big up to you, because these aren't as creamy as the Riverford Farm ones. So, but nonetheless, still a gorgeous fruit. Tons and tons and tons of these little things. These are mangosteens. So these have got white flesh in the middle. I'll show you. And these are gorgeous little things. Never had these before I came to Thailand. So yeah, it's got this like white stuff in the middle. Really nice. Very kind of, almost kind of tutti fruity-ish. Really nice. Loads of lychees. Unfortunately, there's just a ton of remnants here. I bought 3 kilograms of lychees today, and I've eaten them all. These things, now I'd never seen these. These look quite strange, right? They look a little bit like chestnuts, but they're called salak or snake fruit. So I've been enjoying these. These are they're like a kind of sour sherbet. You know those sour sherbety sweets you had as a kid, or I used to have anyway? They're very much like them. They're quite addictive. I hear they can give you constipation though, so I'm not going to be eating too many of these. But I've just been eating literally, probably I've had 7 kilograms of food today, I would imagine. Maybe not that much. 5 kilograms of food. So I would have gained probably 10 pounds today in food weight. So on this kind of, if you're eating 100% raw food for any period of time, you don't want to be jumping on the scales, because you know, with a couple of litres of water and 5 kilograms of food, I'm likely to stand on the scales and freak out and go, oh my God, you know, I've put on so much weight. So you don't want to worry about that. But the important thing is you need to eat enough if you're doing 100% raw. So the past 3 days so far, I've just been eating volumes of food, big volumes of food. So that's what you need to do. Don't undereat, because that's when people fall off the wagon and then go back to these high density foods full of fat, full of crappy calories, full of throwaway, no nutrition calories, you know, burgers, that type of thing, chocolate, ice cream, all the dense calorie stuff. So eat in volume. Okay, so that's my video for today. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye bye.